be my hat. Stop it, Mr. Bajerski. Welcome everybody to my Bajerski YouTube channel. I just did a short video realizing that I was on the Crystal channel. Not that you ever go to my Crystal channel, not that you even know I've got a Crystal channel. I made that Crystal channel just to back up so that if they took me down for speaking truth that you could go there, but then I realized they take down all your channels, doesn't matter. But yes, there is a Crystal channel. I'm proud of it. It's got about 15,000 subscribers on there, probably all you guys. This channel is the biggest channel. When I came off yesterday after this chat, sure enough we were up to 2,600 views, and if you look at the screen it tells you that there's 45 people on right now, so maybe I'm missing something. But anyway, look at the weather. It's been like this all chuffing day. It's been raining cats and monkeys all day, literally. But this is a very fine breezy rain. The rain that we've had this morning and this afternoon were bordering hurricane style, serious, you know, shower. So I was told that in February kind of the rainy season kind of ends and it starts to pick up, and it has done. So we've had a few days where I've caught the sun, but yeah, it's been great really. I'm not being negative at all. I've been able to write, and writing, there's something special about writing in the rain when you are basically next to it but it's not wetting you. There's something special about Bali and the rain and being able to have a drink and, you know, something healthy. At the same time you can just watch that rain come down. It's lovely. It's really beautiful. And it isn't, you know, like if I was in England now I'd be depressed, right? Sorry England, but it's true, I'd be depressed. Something about the rain in England, it just depressed me. Whereas here in Bali, you know that normally it doesn't last that long. Normally Bali rain is within an hour and then it's gone, you know. But today's been an exceptional day with it raining basically constantly, non-stop. So yeah, it's beautiful. Today's been a special day today in the sense that I've been working very, very hard on the power of Moldavite. Very loving, very creative. Had some lovely questions sent to me via email, so I've answered them, and still about 15 more new beautiful questions, so that's really good. The book's going to be phenomenal, and the questions that you asked were relevant to today, which was very important. Thus far I think the book's going to be pretty awesome. I've taken a lot out of the book that is not relevant anymore due to what's happening in this world. And can you see now the weather's picking up? Look, see? Now times this by 10 with the wind, and that's what it's been like all day here. So it's picking up a bit. Yeah, so, oh yeah, it's picking up now. Oh, it's picking up. Yeah, it's picking up. I might have to switch off, guys, because the wind's blowing right in here. So, it's interesting. Hopefully it'll die down, but depends what I'm talking about. If I start talking about anything too serious, which might make people think a little bit more and change the way their perception is of this world, then the weather might get even worse, because I think there's something in the frequency now of darkness and evil being predominant in the air and in people, and how they're swayed and how they're becoming more aggressive and nasty. I mean, I've been here now a couple of weeks and I've seen a few encounters where I just think, wow, people are changing. They're not the same. People are definitely not the same. The world is definitely not the same. Definitely not the same. There is a new energy in this world which is definitely not the energy that I know. And I've said this and I'll keep saying it. 30 years ago, 20 years ago, now it is a world where it is so hollow and life. Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, I wonder why it keeps going off. Yeah, so like I say, I see it's hollow. It's filled with fakery. It's lies. It's AI. Conscious, deceitful, manipulating AI. And I don't just think it's AI, I think it's worldwide. I think the frequency and energy is being manipulated, whether you think it's a combination, which I do. I think it's a combination of whatever they've opened, whatever these portals are that they've opened. They've brought in a lot of bad energy, and they would have to bring in a lot more to make it even more severe. But at this moment, there's a lot of dark energy out there, and coupled with the energy frequency that they're able to modify at any given moment they can modify the energy. They can change it to anything they want. They can make you feel anything they want right now. And I guess they're practicing on us like rats in a lab. And I imagine there's underground bases where they just turn up the net. The net. They turn the net up. The global net. You know, you think it belongs to Musk. It doesn't belong to Musk. Musk is just a puppet. Just like Trump is a puppet. They're all puppets. They do what they're told, and they play around pretending that they're gods. These are the new fake gods. They've always been here. I think all the kings and queens are all fake gods. So you look up to them and think they're your hero, and they're the ones that feed you, and they're the ones that protect you and look after you. But this world now is becoming more fake, and I think obviously it's because people are more aware. But by the same token, that they can turn people down, they can turn people off, and that's what they've been doing, whether it's through vaccines, whether it's through Starlink, whatever you want to call that up there. It's just frequency that is like they can change the frequency to anything. They can make you angry, they can make you sad, they can make you fearful, and they only need to turn it at a certain frequency, and that's it. It's done. Every single cell tower in this world was not put there for a fast broadband connection. If you think that, then you are part of the problem, and you are without a doubt programmed, completely programmed. You are completely programmed if you think cell towers are there for that. And this is what they do, right in plain sight. They can do whatever they want. And only a few people have the balls and the bravery to say something's so wrong. I mean, do you remember me talking about this before they put them up? I went on Rich Allen radio show and I said to him, and people laughed. People sent me messages saying I was cuckoo. And I said to them, there's no way they could have put all them cell towers up all over the world, all them trillions of them, all over the world in such a short period of time. It is impossible. You know as well as I do to be able to put a post up. If you've probably seen it. If you've ever seen anybody put a post up, it's a right palaver. First of all, they have to come along and they have to dig down. So they need a digger. So they have to dig down, right? When they've dug down, they then have to lay the foundations and the support, right? Once that's done, it takes few days, right? Because you have to wait till the cement dries. Once you've done that, then you bring your post and you put your post in, and then you've got your men, then you've got your cranes, you've got to put it all up, and then you've got to get your light in there, and you've got to then put the electric together. How many people did you see putting a tower up? Hands up. How many people did you actually see go along and put? I'm not saying they didn't, I'm just saying that something else was happening at the same time. How many people, remember we were all indoors and nobody was allowed to work. You ever asked yourself, have you ever said to yourself, oh yeah, I've never heard anybody say to me, oh yeah, my husband puts them up. My husband all the way through the pandemic put them up. Anybody? You know how many people you'd have to employ to put a tower up every 500 meters across this globe? So what did I say on the Richie Allen radio show? I said that there's another force working, and I don't believe it's humans, I believe it's extraterrestrial. And I do believe wholeheartedly that there's some kind of extraterrestrial energy that is involved in this. It's not just humans, we're just puppets. I think something else is evolved. I think we are all rats in this lab, and I think there's something far more powerful that we have no clue about, that the advanced technologies that are able to do what they want simultaneously, whether it's cloaking device, whatever it is, how they put it up, what they do, I don't believe wholeheartedly that all of those towers were just put up by people, human beings, in that short period of time. Not a chance. So that's my belief system anyway. Normally takes a few years before we end up being right, guys, but before that we're stupid, we're dumb, we're idiots, we're dangerous. So maybe this one might take a little bit longer. But that said, you know, we talk about this world and that we don't really understand it. On a perspective of Mother Nature, we understand it. On a perspective of people, we kind of know what's going on now with people. We now know that we are not all the same. A lot of us are starting to, well, maybe not a lot, but a few of us maybe are starting to say it. And somebody sent me a letter with this guy, I don't know what his name is, Steiner or something, and apparently what I believe is true is what he said in the 1920s. So there are people who catch on and say, yes, there is something else going on in these spacesuits. We're not all from God. We're different. There are people who are also getting attachments more now than I've ever seen it. My feed is massive. My inbox is massive with people saying, my son's going crazy. He's not himself. It's not him. Tell me, what can I do? My wife has lost the plot, blah, blah, blah. Really, husbands saying to me, she's just not the same person. She's just going crazy. And it really is happening everywhere. In the amount of messages that get sent to me with links underneath, with people hurting each other, people doing the most craziest things. And all you need to do is look at people who are on drugs. You know, I mean, recreational drugs. You see, they're going crazy. It's not the same where they fall on the floor and just relax. They're going crazy now. They're literally going crazy. Why? Because there's more entity, there's more attachment, there's more demonic energies which will come in and cause havoc. You will become evil. You will become the attachment. It will drive you insane. It will drive you. I think one thing that has, it's kind of something that I'm still not 100% sure about. There's been many occasions that I personally know of friends who told me about their friends who died. I was never a client of theirs, so I can only tell you secondhand. And they took their life. And a lot of the times, I hear this from other people that I've kind of like, okay, I kind of understand to a degree, but I'm not so sure now. I think the game's changed. I think the energy's changed now. And what I'm talking about is Jerry Mazinski said, and so a few others have said, that when you have an attachment, it fools you. It fools you all the time. It makes you aggressive. It makes you do things that, you push yourself to the very edge, but never that it wants you to die, because then it'll lose its feeding host. It will lose you, so then it has to look for something else. And at one point I did get that, I did understand it, but I think something's changed now. And what I'm seeing is a lot of people are taking their life. And so is that still relevant now? I don't think it is. I do believe wholeheartedly that entity feeds from us, without a doubt. But I don't think they're the same anymore, where they'll just play with us until we get to the very edge, just push us to the edge and then stop again. I think they don't care about pushing you to the edge. They'll just let you die. And I think when you start talking to people like Jerry Mazinski and listening to these people talking about how they believe that there are certain hierarchy of dark entities, there's all sorts, the shadow people, then you've got your demonic, and then there's realms of demonic and hierarchies and stuff. That I've never been interested in, because I just wanted to clear whatever it is, what was inside you. Never gave power to it, never gave focus to it at all. So I've never wanted to say, what's your name? Who are you? Where you're from? I didn't want to play around with darkness. I just wanted to clear it. So as a healer, I just used to clear that energy. My point being, things have changed now, and I've felt this for the past at least 9 months. It really started taking effect it really started getting bad about 4 months ago. And then I could feel something really bad is happening in the world, where people are living in a fake world now. People are blinded. They don't see reality. The version of their reality is completely false, and they're living as if it's reality. And a lot of us are watching what's going on around us and seeing that this reality, something's very, very wrong. People are acting very strange. Whether you believe it was the vaccine and it's caused them issues, partly, whether it's CERN opening more portholes, as well as the military-industrial complex with all the toxic spraying, with all the Wi-Fi, which is all the posts kicking out frequencies, and that they're just putting everything together like a jigsaw. And when you look at the jigsaw, you'll realize it's all to do with AI. And what is AI? AI is demonic. It's demonic. It feeds pure evil. It is pure evil. It's all connected. So what does that mean? The only way I can really interpret this is, it's very much like a host. It's very much like you. When you're in a good energy, you're in a good frequency, the spirit world can come and stand next to you or enter into you, especially if you're given a healing, because your frequency is high. Now, AI technology is a frequency, and that frequency is heavy, it's dark, it's sick, it's poisonous, it's radioactive, it's all the energy that entity, demonic and darkness live on, live with, live through. So your energy is of love, of breathing the air, and feeling the smell of Mother Nature, of flowers, of trees. You've got that beautiful combination of whenever the flowers, just you smell, that's who you are, that's what you live on, that's your frequency. You can't tell me that this planet hasn't been invaded by poisons, hasn't been invaded by posts put up everywhere, sending out frequency. And that frequency, whether it come from so-called Elon Musk's, whether it comes from all the posts put 500 yards away from each other, it isn't for good connection. It isn't for, Musk says, don't matter where you are in the world, if you buy my new phone, you'll never be out of range, and you'll always be connected. This is the bullshit. This is the bullshit, deceit and lies. The frequency that they're creating on this planet is to let entity, let demonic, let evil, let all the souls that are inside these bodies who are not like you and I, who are monsters, breathe in the energy of healing, which is their energy, which is like a life force and a battery energy, which makes them feel good and strong. They don't feel good and strong in a world where it's pure and clean and healthy. So they have to destroy this planet so it becomes the same frequency that they are used to, that they live on, that's what they feed from. So they're trying to change a world of love into evil. Changing the world into evil, you will then get all the monsters becoming stronger and more powerful. That is my understanding. This is the attunement, this is the awakening, this is intuition, this is what I feel. Not nobody's told me this. This is intuition. This is what I felt as a healer and somebody who attunes to what I believe is my home world. And when I speak, I don't speak for myself. I speak for my spirit world, our world. I speak to tell you that we are being invaded as I speak. There is the end game, and that is AI takes over. And they've been showing us this anyway. When you think about it and you look back and you say, well, we've seen it. There's all them films where the mother AI technology is with a face and she's talking and she's killing everybody who's trying to stop her. This was predicted. This is coming. The AI technology isn't a computer with a woman speaking. It is entity which feeds through it, which lives in that energy source. And that's my truth. And what can we do about it? I'm seeing more and more people are getting, I'm witnessing more and more people becoming their true self. I'm witnessing more and more people becoming more dumb. I'm witnessing more and more people being hijacked, living in this fake reality that they don't even realize that they're in. And it's fascinating to watch. If you are a demonic energy, you want to be in control of every single consciousness that you can. If anybody tells you that they want to connect everybody up into the AI, just remember, that is whoever is saying that, they are of that very monster energy that I talk about. They are from the very place that I say that is not our home world. It's very subtle. It's not easy to tell, but you're starting to see it more and more. They eat like you and I. They talk like you and I. The actions speak louder than words. Watch what they do, not what they say. They're the deceivers of this world, and they are doing everything they can to manipulate this world so it becomes AI, so it becomes the Borg, so we become all interfaced. We will become one with the demonic entity that is trying to take over this world by way of saying it's for your good. And yes, plant this in your forehead and you will always be connected to AI, the all things Yeah, you'll be connected to evil. You will be connected to demonic. You will be so close to demonic, it will be inside you. Now you know where the demonic is. It's in your hand. You can feel the AI technology and you know it's not good for you. That's why you throw it down sometimes, because you know it's addictive. That's just a little slither of a taste of what happens when everybody will be soon implanted, one way or another. And if we can't talk about it, and if we're not brave enough to say these things, then darkness is going to win. Elon Musk, Trump, all of them, they're all the same. They're not your savior. None of them are your savior. They shouldn't even be in that position. None of them should not have that kind of position in this world. Nobody should have that power. And nobody wants it who comes from the place of love like you and I. The only people who want that are the ones who come from the place that I talk about. The same place where they open up the portals for the demonic. The same place where all the frequencies of the 5G towers are creating the very home for the monsters. They love this energy. They want Wi-Fi. They want this toxic soup because that's what they feed from. You, that's why you ask yourself, how come they don't get headaches? How come these don't feel anything? How come they eat McDonald's and they don't even get sick or ill? Because they're not like you and I. But I do wish you a lovely day, wholeheartedly. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. At least it's my perspective. Take it on board, don't take it on board, do what you want. I'm not asking you to turn yourself going crazy or anything. I just want you to be aware that maybe there's other things happening beyond what anybody else dare speak about. The one thing you must agree with me on is that the world isn't the same anymore. That everybody on the internet is fake, just about. Everything that you're looking at, you don't know whether you believe or not, whether it's true. Authenticity is gone. It's a thing of the past. There is nothing authentic about anything on the black screen. It's all about pushing something or driving you to somewhere or funneling you to somewhere or bullshitting you for a reason. And it's all manipulation. All of it. It's manipulation. That's what AI technology is. AI is manipulation. It's to manipulate you from your true source. It's trying to take you away as far as you can from your consciousness. It wants you to be disconnected severely so it can control you every day, which it is. Not maybe you, but 99% it is. I bet you that. I do wish you a lovely day though. Thanks for joining me today. This was just simply food for thought. It might be bullshit to you, that's fine. But I know my truth and I know something is amiss. Something is very, very wrong, and it's subtle. Sometimes it's in your face, but there's other things happening on other levels which is very subtle and feels very dark. And it feels like the calm before the storm, and people think that God's coming or Jesus is coming. Look, first thing, you wouldn't believe if Jesus came anyway. What do you want him to look like? You know, who is he anyway, and what does he look like? What colour is he? Jesus is coming. When's he coming? You wouldn't even know who he is. All you know is the pictures of Jesus on a cross, what he looks like. He didn't look like that. You don't know what he looked like, and even if he did, you wouldn't believe him. You don't believe anything anyway, so why are you believing that Jesus is going to come? You'd laugh if he came. You'd call him a nutter and throw him in prison. You'd probably nail him up again. Jesus ain't coming. Jesus was a metaphor. The good that's within you should be the hero, should be the one that stands up on top of a mountain and speak. Talk your truth and share it. Share your connection to the spirit world. Tell people what you feel, that there's something wrong. Now is the time that you need to talk. But most of you are too frightened. Most of you are scared. And I understand that. You don't want people to think you're an idiot. But when you go beyond that, when you realize that it isn't about you. It isn't about you. It isn't about you. It's about trying to save this planet. Do you not think that that guy tried to do the same thing as a metaphor? Didn't he try to save the planet? Is it meant to be saved? God ain't coming, neither is Jesus. Because if he was coming, he would have come a long time ago. Maybe you are the God, maybe you are the Jesus, maybe you are the light. Maybe it's you came here. And all along from the moment you were born, you've been told that you're not. You've been hoodwinked and lied and cheated. The scallywags and the monsters know that you are powerful, but they've made you stupid, they've made you fearful, they've made you somebody that don't believe in anything, let alone yourself. We can all hold our hands up for that. We've been beaten black and blue for it, being different. Not being able to use our brain the same because we use a different part of our brain because we're more intuitive. Yeah, beat that boy. Yeah, let's come up with a name called dyslexia. Let's come up with this and let's come up with that. Let's make sure that they think they're stupid. Let's make sure that they know they've got no power. This is what they've done to us. This is what they do to us every day on the screen. Every day they're doing the same thing. The bullies are still doing the same thing. They're still in the playground. It's just a bigger playground, and they've got more money and more power, and they're making us into fearful, and we're all abusers. We're all being abused. We're all angry. We're all fighting with each other. Nobody really knows who they are anymore. We're all blind. We've been blinded. All by design. Totally all by design. Every single thing that they do, every single day, is about trying to keep us dumb, trying to make us sick, trying to make us ill, giving us disease, making us feel shit, making us feel depressed. Everything they do is all by design. Let's make some beautiful earphones to make them sick, give them tinnitus, give them brain tumours, give them technology, feed them everything. You look at anybody who's an influencer who talks about health and well-being, I just look at them and just think to myself, you're in no position to talk about health and well-being with them earphones, them electronic earphones that are sending frequencies into your brain. And you're telling people about how to be healthy? Yeah, right. Sit down. Sit down. Well, what am I meant to do? Just get some with wire. Yeah, but yeah, sit down. This little bird is beautiful. If I could talk to the animals. Beautiful, did you see that? Beautiful. It's beautiful, eh? We've got swallows flying around, enjoying their life. We've got what looks like a ringneck dove, I think they are. They're talking to each other all over. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. I used to be able to do that so well. He's looking at me. Beautiful. Right, guys. Well, I suppose I better get on with the power of Moldavite. Wishing you all a lovely day. Whatever you're doing, take care of yourself. I am in Bali, Indonesia. The island of Bali. That's where I am right now. So I'm wishing you a lovely day, guys. Hello, everybody, wherever you're from in the world. New Zealand. Hello, New Zealand. I've got something to say. Don't enter into conflict with anybody. Don't enter into conflict. Don't fight with anybody. Just save your energy and use it wisely. But don't enter into conflict. No matter how hard somebody tries to pull you into it, put your head down, walk away, guys. That is my biggest, most powerful message I can give you right now, because the world is changing and people are getting crazier by the day. So be careful out there. Take care of yourselves. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.